Alrighty. I'll try to keep up with chat as much as I can here, but um, let's see. But today we will be doing Homer's grid fin assembly. Some of the parts are off frame here, but we'll be building the TVC mount and the grid fin assembly. I also have a live printer cam, and it's currently working on the new app section. So, yeah, I think we will just get started now, I guess. So, one thing I did upgrade on this TVC mount is this new outer gimbal. I noticed the old one had a little bit of flex in it, so I reprinted it in PETG, and I strengthened the servo holder here. So that's probably the only difference. Some of these pieces have support still on and a little bit of stringing. You know, I ordered an 8-pack of servos, so this should be plenty. There's four grid fin servos and 2 TVC servos, so it's 2 extra, but just in case another motor blows up. So. Yeah, I remember that from your video, the PETG, but it should be fine. I'm not really noticing much of a difference, so we're just gonna roll with it for now. Alright, so I'm gonna start by getting these supports off. I noticed the PETG supports are actually much easier to take off, but I can bring out my trash can for this. And I'm also gonna have to clean up all the stringing. No, I'm actually, for the TVC shattering, I don't even think that actually broke, because on HOMAR Gen 6's, the last flight of it, it pretty much did the exact same thing, so I actually think that the TVC mount didn't break at all on the last one, but yeah, I don't think it did. I think that was just a software thing. And I thought it was the TVC based on other things that happened, but it was really annoying because I couldn't tell after the flight, so. And plus the footage wasn't that good, so. You know, there was parts of it that kind of disappeared, so. That's why I assumed, but after Hopper's last flight, I don't think the TVC broke. I just think it was a software thing. Because Homer had, like, even weaker versions of the mount, and all during its static firing, it was all good, so. Yeah, I don't think it broke. I've never had a TVC mount break, and some of the ones I flew were like super sketchy, like some of my earlier ones, and they never broke, so the fact that one could have broken is kind of crazy, but I don't think it did. I'm gonna remove the stringing from this. This inner gimbal has, maybe the next iteration of this mount won't have this much support on it, but definitely something I want to change. It has way too much. And actually, before, I know I'm working on the TVC, but I was able to clean off and reuse these cartridges, so at least these are the four pieces, and their servo adapters, so at least we're able to reuse some stuff. So, but yeah, pretty much everything else I put it in Ziploc bags and put it away. So most of it was just a big L for Homer. So I have most hardware here, so or almost back in shape. So during the part 3 stream, I'm going to put the TVC in the aft section that's printing right now. So today's just gonna be TVC and returns. Yeah, I also had maybe I don't think I can show it now, but I have my other rocket that had a D12 an Estes D12 explode, and that's in a Ziploc bag too. You know, with the support material, the outer gimbal isn't like too much of a problem. It just has to support this overhang, whatever. Yeah, this overhang right here. So it's just got to support that, but that's really it. But then this, it's like the way it prints like this on the bed, so it's got to support this, the arc here, and then this ring. So you know that's something I'm looking forward to in the TVC V8. So this is the version 7 mount. So, and this is specifically the extended Y-axis because it has this goofy, really wide Y-axis servo. But I think it gives it like plus or minus 12 to 15 degrees of gimbal range, which is crazy, but that's what I designed it, so I'm just gonna work with it. We're gonna get that should be good. Try it. Yeah, I had the inverted style. Odyssey used the inverted, and Hopper Gen 6 used the inverted. That was my version 6 mount, but the problem with that one, it was just way too sloppy. Like, it probably had like plus or minus 2 degrees of like slop in it, which is really bad. Yeah, that's the reason that with the space I have. I mean, Homer actually tapers out a little bit at the end, but you know, the tight space is definitely like I think Odyssey was a 78 millimeter 3D printed tube, and I think it had like an inner diameter of like 76.95, I think, millimeters. So I was able to pull off with the inverted, but Homer, yeah, with the 65 millimeters was, I couldn't find the room to do that, so that's why it has a 3D printed aft section. So. This is also the annoying part right here, because there's a bunch of support material on this inner wall right here that I have to remove so that the motor tube here can fit in here nicely and there's not like any error in it. But this is the most annoying part of the process, is removing in here. So. It's gonna probably get the file out. I'm just gonna try to sand this down. That looks okay. Alright, so I'm calling that good. Still a little bit of support material from there. Just gonna blast it with heat one more time, and we should be good to go on the inner gimbal. It's a little messy, but I'll deal with it. It's like one or two more things I gotta remove off of here, and then I can start putting the servos in. It's good enough for me. Alright. Just gonna clean this up first, and then we'll move on. Alright. Okay, that needs to be. This is the liner for the 3D printed tube, so the motors are not that are distorted in any way. We need more tape. There we go. I might put another bit of tape on there. That should be good enough. Good enough. That's good. I'm actually gonna weigh this stuff first. It's gonna be on my whiteboard over here writing this down. So, motor to 11. And we'll I think this has a little bit of stuff left. you know, my pet G settings aren't really, it's a little stringy. Should really fix that. This is really annoying. Alright. This goes in like this. And that looks good. And this guy goes in that. Alright. So let's put this 13. Alright. Alrighty, so now I'm going to start screwing this together now. So have a nice 3D printed tray here full of new screws. So shall I get my drill out? Next screw. Sorry if I'm not talking as much, I'm just focusing on this. Okay. That's a little tight. That should be good. I think if I just keep doing this, it should. Here are the nice. Alright. So I'm actually going to put some. I've actually never done this before. I'll try it. I'm just going to put some grease laying around. I'm just going to throw it in here so it's going to rotate really nice. So let's see here. Alright, so we're going to put some of this. Put some grease in here, so. Put this in here. Well, that's the wrong way. Oh, much better. Alright. Oh, yeah, there we go. Nice. there's that. And install these servos here. Just removing the sticker, the brand sticker off of it. And also, on the V8 version of this mount, I'm going to definitely upgrade to higher quality servos. I mean, these are just like the cheapest 9-gram metal tooth servos I could get my hands on, so definitely in the future I'm planning on switching to higher quality servos. So for now, I'm just going to work with these. Oops, that one. I'm going to get so we need 1, 2 before the rest can go in. So right now I'm just screwing in the servo. Yeah, I know these ones, I think the best I'm getting is still a little bit of wiggle in here, but I mean, it's probably like plus or minus a degree. Not even, but yeah, I definitely want to switch to higher quality ones. But for me to do that, I also want to my board runs on, I think, my older version of the flight computer, Reach V2T, was powered. It had one 2-cell 7.4 volt LiPo running the main power, and then it had a separate one doing the servos. But for this flight computer, I have it just on. Actually, I'm gonna wait till it's actually spawned, but it has one 3-cell. I think it's 11.1 volt, but it's running at 12 volt LiPo powering everything. So I think that's plenty, but I haven't run into any issues with it. But it's never powering. There's 6 servos on here, and it's never powering 6 at once. So I think it should be fine, but find out. But yeah, I might do that on the next board too. I might go back to that dual battery design, but I'm not sure. We're gonna put some grease in here. This together. This wire's being really annoying. Yeah, I mean the Griffin should be fine. So I hope they work the way they're intended to. I think these servos should be plenty for what I'm doing in the battery, so I think one axis is going to be more work than the other one, so yeah, I think it should be. I think we're good. I hope. I gotta make that test jig that I have planned for the I have this whole test jig planned for the Griffins so I can test them. So hopefully when I do that and I test it, they'll be fine, hopefully. I'm just kind of winging all this, so we'll just see. We'll see how things go. I think, yeah, these are them. Okay. These are the annoying screws here. So it's the Allen key. So really long screws for this Allen key size. I hate Allen keys. I just don't have long enough screws with Phillips head or a higher thickness Allen key. So yeah, this Allen key sucks. Alright. Oh my goodness. This screw head is a little stripped too, so it's not really helping things. A little bit. I keep forgetting to do this. There's this little bunker, you probably can't see it, but there's this little bump in the cat model of the TVC mount here that stops it from going the full gimbal range, and I keep forgetting to remove it every time I print it, so I'm just gonna cut this off. I don't even know why it's here. It's just like a weird artifact of when I designed it. Take this thing out. I feel like that's plenty. Yeah, that should be plenty. Alright. Next screw. Oh my goodness. Here we go again. Oh my goodness, for that. Boy, this is not fun. Oh boy. Right. I'm gonna try to make it sound. Yeah, I literally can't keep that thing in screw. Much better. Almost done with the TVC mounts. Just testing though. Should be. actually probably just gonna cut this off a little more here. Alright, just gonna at least I think we're good. Alright. Next servo for the TVC. Nice, that fits perfectly. Right. Oh my goodness, sure. You know what right here, I'm gonna see if I can reorient this camera because it's a little far away here. Should be a little better. Oh yeah, that flex in there is gone. All right, that's good. Next thing I'm going to do is I have this board here that I'm just going to plug in, and it just writes the servos to vertical. So I'm just going to write them to their 90-degree position, and I'll screw on the horn. Go. The linkages are the hardest to install, or they're the most annoying to install because is the x-axis. Y-axis. This guy goes like this. There's that. Alright, now the linkages. So these are actually the linkages, they are very small, but somehow, after every flight test Homer has been through, and in this explosion and everything, these have never broken. So, they don't really flex a lot either, so they're somehow the unbreakable part. So they go, the linkages, so they go like that. So I think this one was on the third tick on the. Right, so we're gonna need so we got this guy here. So now I just have to get this guy on. I'm just adjusting this light a little bit. I'm actually going to take out the mini Dremel and I'm going to drill out. So is this, on your servo horn, you have all these little holes. I have to drill out one of them to make them big enough for this screw I'm using to easily go into it. I think this is the one I need. This looks a little big. Yeah. What's this one look like? Alright, we'll try it with this and see how it goes. So I'm just gonna try to get 6 sucks. there we go. There's the small M2 screw. Look at the second. Oh, this is. Take. Alright, there's the I mean, yeah, there's pretty much no wiggle in this mount. Like, there's very little in here. I mean, it does have a very large, and I can always fix it by lowering the linkage, but it's a very large ratio here. Like, this moves a lot just to move this a little bit, so might be something I could fix it. But if I lower the linkage down on the horn of the servo, it's gonna create more wiggle. So maybe I could drop it down like one more or something. But I'll figure that out at a later point in time. This servo is the same thing. Now I'm putting in the oh yes I do actually. Alright, there we go. I didn't realize in OBS I had two. I think one was from my laptop running the stream and the other one is from the GoPro I have. I don't have an actual mic. I should actually get one instead of just using the built-in one, but whatever. If it works, it works. I don't do many live streams. This is very rare, so. That fix the issue? If that. I think it should have fixed it. I'm listening to it on my phone right now. It's yeah, alright. Alright, that is the TVC complete. I'll dial in the ratios of this at a later time, but new TVC mount done. Alright. Stand, alright. Alrighty, now we're up to the grid fins. the grid fin unit. So these are all the pieces. It's the grid fin unit. So we have airframe. This thing is super flimsy, but once I put this stuff in it, it becomes rigid. We have the nose cone. The nose cone, it has these square pegs on the side, and they interlock like that into the holes here at the top. It's a little loose, but and for flight I will tape it down. And here's all the grid fin holders. This is the main piece that holds all the grid fins, and then all their respective mounts so that they can rotate. These are printed way lighter than the previous ones. I think these have one outer wall. Same thing with this one too. So they're all printed a little lighter. Alright, these do have a little bit of stringing, so I'm just going to take care of that real quick. And then I'll weigh these like I did the TVC mount parts. And then I'll start putting it together. This is PLA. So I think actually the reason I did PETG on the TVC is because I had the black PLA. I don't have two spools of black PLA, so I had one printer. I have two printers, so one of them, which is the one you see printing right now, just the camera. That one was running the PETG for the TVC, and then my other printer was running PLA for the grid fin unit stuff. Right, so I'm going to weigh all this first. So I'm actually going to mark all these with numbers. .69. All right. Let's see. 1.6. 6.5. 3. 1.65. Assuming this one's going to be 1.65 here. Yep, 1.65. Alright. So now I'm going to, oh wait, whoops. I'm going to measure this piece. 6.88. Alright. I already have the masses of these grid fins done, and this I still have to paint, so I'm not going to weigh it. Actually, I forgot to weigh this, so I'm going to weigh the frame. $10.2. Again, 10.2. Alright. So each servo gets installed into one of these holders. That So I'm just going to get all the servo attachment screws out. One, two, three, four, 6 here. Just need 2 more. 7, 8. Alright. Now I just gotta get all these servos in their holders. Alright, that looks okay. There's one done. Servos are covered in, I don't really know what it is, but just gotta wipe each one down before I install it. Oh. Yeah, I'll turn up the... Probably not gonna talk a little bit for this part because I'm just gonna get this done. I'll raise up the music a little bit and I'll turn it back down once I'm done. Next one complete. Looks like the aft section that's printing right now is almost done. So, I'm almost done with the last servo here, and then I'm going to weigh all these again, because now I just added the servo to them. I honestly probably should just weight it after I put the servos in. Since pretty much they were all the same, I'm just going to weigh one and just assume that that's the master all four. We might, actually, I might just wait two. $14.1. 15 point, alright. So it's gonna be 14.1 here. That thing. Alright, now I'm going to install all of them. Alright. So this is going to be a drilling part because they involve 8 of little tiny M2 screws, so this is going to take a little bit. Launch of these. I hate assembling this thing. Every time I have to put this thing together. I honestly could have probably used like one big M4 screw per thing, or an M3. Something other than a 2 screw. These are really annoying. I'm sitting down right now because this is... So I just shifted the camera over slightly. Alright, there's one so you could see that it can fold down and come back up. So that is the number 3 grid fan. So number 4 goes across from it. I'll show, it'll be easier for me to explain how they what is it, deploy, but I'll show you once we get this on. But it uses a rubber band that basically pulls, they're like wrapped around these two, and so when you push them down they put the rubber band in tension, and then when the third rubber band on the outside of the rocket is cut, keeping them down, they pull each other together. So that's pretty much how it works, and we'll test it tonight. It's a little unreliable with the rubber bands, but I'm slowly changing some things about the rubber band position and everything, and it's making it a little more accurate. So now it's getting a little late. hoping to finish this up earlier, but that TVC mount took like literally forever, so sorry for the inconvenience. I know there's only a crazy one person watching, so yeah, I don't care, but I personally don't care, but thank you for sticking around, so. Oh. That didn't sound good. Alright, well, part of this just broke, so I'm just gonna re-glue this. Come on. So I'm gonna super glue this back on. Alright, of course that happens. So put on. Let's hopefully not break it this time. At least that was a full break. I would have to end the string because I don't have to print another one. So that would suck. So I'm not going to be able to actually test deploy them tonight because that glue is still drying. So I don't want to put force on it and break it again. That's the one thing. I don't think I should have printed this piece with one wall layer just because of the force this thing's going to experience, but okay, we'll find out. Let's install. Well, it looks like the print is done. So, here's the F section. Alright, so here, I'm not going to proceed in installing this grid fin motor because there's some glue drying, so I do not want to rush it and break it. But I can put in the rest of them. So there they are in the little frame for them here. Like that. So I'm going to screw them in, and then I'm getting pretty tired, so I'm actually probably going to call the stream here after I get this in. Actually, you know what? I'll keep going. I'll put the grid fins together, and then I'll call it there. So I just don't want to lose focus on this. I do not want to mess this up. I can still install because those little brackets hang out the side, so I could still easily install this servo once it's done. So that concludes it's partially assembled, it's missing one thing. So last thing for today that I'm going to do on stream is I'm going to take these adapters and just screw them back onto the Griffins here. So these basically act as the servo horn, so they're direct drive onto the servo. Yeah, there's just tons of screwing here, so I hate this part. The Griffin unit is the worst. But there's one, so it kind of looks like that. Oh, that's so hard. That's the piece right there. So there's a screw in there that allows it to interface. So I'm not gonna keep it on here, but it goes like that, and then I'm able to screw the Griffin on like that. So that's basically the gist of it. So maybe I'll put the Griffins on tonight, but I'll put the Griffins on because each Griffin is numbered. There's no reason for it, but these ones are already numbered from the last version of HOMAR, so I'm going to match them up to their number on this version. So let's move on. I'll turn up the music a little bit for you guys. Here we go. Sound. Last one. I already have the masses in for these. It's the same exact hardware, so I'll just reuse that number. I have like a whole spreadsheet trying to predict the mass of HOMAR, so gotta really keep an eye on the mass, because what it's doing, it needs to be really lightweight and the mass needs to be exactly where it needs to be. So I think I'm targeting around 610 grams, I think. So I think that's the number. I want to go a little lower, but alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, this is the number 2, I'm going to center them, so find the number 2 servo. So this is the number 2 Griffin with the number 2 servo. I'm just going to screw it on. Right, there's one. So we have one grid fin on. Do the same for the rest of them. I think it's 2, 3, and 4 that have their servos on right now. This is the number 4 grid fin. Switch that on. There are the grid fins. And the number 3. It's the last one. And then alright, well, I guess that's gonna finally, I think that's gonna do it for me here, because I gotta wait for the glue to dry overnight. So, yes, is this guy here, when I was screwing in these little tiny lips here, one of them broke because I wasn't paying attention to where the screw was going, so I have to wait overnight for the super glue to cure on here, so I also don't accidentally super glue the servos in. But yeah, so we have 3 out of the 4 grid fins attached. Just get them extended. And I think that's it. So we got this done today. And we got the TVC done. New TVC mount. And then over there on the printer cam is the aft section is finished. So I want to thank everyone who's still here, and if anyone's watching this afterward, thank you for watching. And the next stream will be once, I'll make a community post about it, but the next stream will be once I have everything in for it. So I think the next one's going to be the body tube, I think. So the airframe section is going to be next. I think I got to check what I did on my live streams. Actually, I could check it right now. So, alright, yeah, so I'm going to be doing the next part. It's either going to be the avionics or the airframe. So I think the airframe is labeled part 2 and the avionics is part 3, but those could easily change. So whatever happens next basically is determined by when I get the parts in. So I think that's it. So see you in the next live stream. See ya.